Greetings. Welcome. I am Misha Cole, and this is Blank Channel. I don't know what I'm going to call it anymore. Mr. Utopia. Language is cheap. I'm just going to call it Alright, so what I'm going to be doing for the next infinity is our reading, relaxation, and retardedness, and coffee. Most addictive substance known to man. I'm just kidding, it's not that addictive. But it is addictive. So what I was talking about earlier, how to gain more insight into your spiritual predicament through exercising and your body and what's going on with your body. In my neck especially, I hear this clicking sound in my neck, and I know that's not a good sign always. It's not always a good sign. You just feel this pain and this obstruction in your body. And you feel like you've got to keep doing that. You've got to keep doing that exercise or that posture in order to get rid of this obstruction and this pain inside of you. And that's what I'm having to go through right now on a day-to-day basis. I don't know if anybody else is experiencing anything like that, but if you are, please comment or comment. Let me know what's been happening. Because I can't be the only person on this earth. It sounds pretty weird or bizarre or whatever. We live in a pretty bizarro existence, kinda. Can be real weird. What I would do, though, what my assumption would be, it's as weird as you want it to be, actually. It's not weird. It shouldn't be weird. You shouldn't have any thoughts like that at all. God made this world perfect. According to the theology, this world is as perfect as it can be. It's just we screwed it up. So it's not that it's weird or strange or whatever. It can't be. It's impossible. I mean, just to think about it, though, how the atheists want to view the world as as whatever it is. It's not supposed to be all screwed up as we want to act like it is. That's all I'm trying to say. So God created us in His image and likeness, and then something happens, and then the mind, because that's the mind the falling away is in the mind. It's really what your attention is on. So your attention is on all kinds of bad stuff. That's pretty much what the fall of man is. Fall of man is departure from God, man's mind departing from God. The man falling, just like the devil did. You want to go your own way? That's fine. It's your decision. End up thinking, your own creation. That's what the fallen being says. That's what the fallen man said. Thought. There's enough negativity for now. We're going to think about positive things forever. Okay, so caffeine will kill you, but it also creates positive feelings. And my advice would be drink 300 gallons of coffee a day in order to attain a proper optimistic lifestyle. Why I would recommend drinking poison as any of the rest of the person, not normal people would. If you don't, you're going to be in a load of hurt. I'm just kidding. Of course I'm kidding. Anyways, this is just a random video to show that I just need something to do, basically. And I need to figure out something to do. And there's nothing to do. See, you live in a scapegoat society where they want to scapegoat people. You're going to be the village idiot for them. They wanted an idiot, and they wanted to use somebody as an idiot. But the joke's on you. Because he that has the last laugh deprives himself of oxygen. So bam, you're gonna have less oxygen trying to laugh at somebody. Whatever. Don't mock me. Look at this. This is a Saint Pantaleimon and the unmercenary healers. This is actually a Bulgarian icon, and it's from Bulgaria. Pantaleimon is in the middle. I think it's got scratched up. Pantaleimon is a patron saint of the monastery in West Virginia, the Holy Cross. I've been there before. So, yeah, vibrations, tones, what do they all do? We sing in church all these lovely songs and whatnot, and they do affect your mood a lot. I mean, I guarantee you that it affects the heck out of you. Sort of chemicals and things of that nature. But I'm just trying to figure out something to do. If anybody has any ideas, YouTube is pretty much about people making up a bunch of stuff about life and trying to figure. Because that's basically what it is. That's basically what YouTube is. YouTube is just people making up a bunch of stuff. Just being creative, man. I mean, that's what life really is. I mean, when you really think about it, like, that's what life is. When you get down to it, sandcastle. You're building a castle, and it's just becoming more and more extreme by the decade because of technology and all sorts of things, science fiction novels and all these things, and it's becoming more wild. Like, you got George Lucas creating Star Wars. I mean, that's crazy that somebody would create such a thing existed. Like futuristic lasers and shit and starships and shit and all kinds of shit. And you would and somebody would create this fiction that would make you want to believe it's true somehow in the future. And they even write it. They're like, "Oh, a long time ago in a galaxy far away," as if either it's in the future or it's in the past or some bullshit. It's a bunch of bullshit. I hallucinated that Darth Vader was coming after us. He came in on his space shuttle and he freaking was trying to get people to like do sin with him or something or some weirdness. And it made me crazy. It made me psychotic. So I just warn you guys about these science fiction creators, these writers. These people are creative beings. They're creative people, and they can impact us. They impact us in different ways than we understand. So don't feed yourself fiction, high fantasy or fiction. I mean, hey, they got video games where I met these people at this mental hospital a few weeks ago. They was one of these guys that acted like he was playing a video game. Like his mind had melted into a video game, and he was a character. He was the main character in some kind of fairy tale fictional game, which is what I feel like. I feel like that's more truthful. That's kind of weird to think about, but the church is the only real video game that's outside the video game that's more a reality, real thing than anything. So the video games and the fictional science fiction novels just, I don't know, it makes me feel weird to talk about it. Maybe I'm slandering people. That's what the devil does. Is a slanderer. That's his name, Diabolos, the slanderer. That's his main theme. So Saint Michael is the one who says, "Who is like God?" And the devil means the slanderer who lies about God, about life and nature. So it's basically the fight is between Michael and his angels against the Diabolos. And this is the war going on in the heavens. And this is what we should be talking about. This is what the church teaches in Revelation and elsewhere. So it's in your mind. It's the war against about pondering on the revelation and the mystical communion with God that we should have or should have had in the Garden of Eden, which we fell from, versus the Diabolos, the ancient serpent, the dragon, with 7 heads and 10 horns, who lies and lies and lies to his teeth to infinity. Which is what we could all be falling into on a daily basis, minute by minute. But to have that mystical communion with the truth, with Jesus and Trinity, is most people miss that whole point, because it's so much easier to just think about a bunch of bullshit. It's so much easier to be human, to be just a humanistic, legalistic, humanistic. It's very easy to do. So to live a divine life and divine union with the truth, to be a loving, spiritual natured person is hard to do, I guess, and very few people can do it. especially as you age and get older, and your mind starts to think it knows more than it does. And then, as I was talking about earlier with these science fiction authors, it's even harder to be down to earth and a humble person and to think about the truth, because these people want you to get this. It's weird to me, because you could poison somebody by telling them that these authors have this knowledge of good from evil that's very extreme, and that's the whole problem with everything. Is that we reach this whole dramatic knowledge before good from bad, and this is the solidification of the soul and the mind, which these are two bad stuff. So this infallibility, I said that word wrong, infallibility of our own status, and it solidifies our mind. Like, say, for instance, somebody were to program you and to make you a machine, and then they put a software into you, and they created you, and they created your mind. That's just a failure to be a truthful person that you're meant to be in Jesus. That's what Jesus represented. That's why he was hated. He was a person that was an inability to become created by the status, the society, the religious rulers, and the worldly rulers could not create him the way they wanted to, so they had to kill him because he was undefined. He was undefined by the world. And they hate you when you're like that. They want to crucify them, us, for being weird or unspecifiable, not being able to be molded. And anyways, that's what Satan does. Satan is like an evil machine. And that's what the people who are molded by Satan, they want you to be a machine and to be molded and specified and put in a box. But anyways, I'm going to exit out here. I've probably said a lot. I just wanted to make a video because my last live video, people are just like, oh, this guy looks so, like, this is, like, way too, like, like, most people on YouTube are like, I'm a pimp, just my shoulders off, like they're like all hip and everything, and they're like, yeah, we're gonna impress a lot of people with this. So I wanted to be a little bit on that status here. I don't want to be this like, oh, look, he's a retarded little guy. I should probably just delete all the videos that make me seem like that, because that's not what I wanted to be. Anyways, bye. Talk more about religion and stuff in the future. And this is a problem that I was trying to make up, though. I was trying to say, hey, this whole entire idea of creativity, potential of man is not limited to this platform of YouTube, or the nature of me must not be characterized by anything. That's blaspheming the creation. So you just hold in honor mankind and the infinite ability, potential, and ability that God, like it says, blasphemy against the Holy Spirit will not be forgiven. All other blasphemies are, if you ask for their forgiveness, of course. You don't ask for forgiveness, then nothing's forgiven, I guess. But I'm going to end this stream. All I'm saying is you can blaspheme reality by your inopportunity, by your inability to perceive wisdom in all things. This is what God is, wisdom. God said to be the fountain of wisdom. And you're made in the image of God, and you have to see, you have to know, so it's like, this whole reality is like about how are you gonna perceive, it's like, I don't know, I'm getting into some weird discussion here. I'm starting to feel real weird now. Man's likeness and image of God. See here, what is it? What does all this entail? Jeez, I'm just trying to just. Oh yeah, I was talking about this knowledge of good from evil. It all starts in Genesis. It's all read Genesis 3. Read what it says there in the Old Testament. The Old Testament already beat the brakes out of. I'm gonna talk about what presumption is. Probably presumption is probably the root of all that. You know, we should know. We should just know everything, though. That's what the Bible also teaches. That we ought to already know everything. So yeah, there's this idea of knowing everything, but it's in a wrong light and spirit. So the idea of knowing everything, you should know everything, but if you depart from the truth, then you end up in all these heresies. That's what the church is trying to get rid of throughout the ages. It has been trying to. So the idea is that the church is infinite, and the church is infinite and will always exist. That's pretty pretty unreal too. To think that something that you know, it's pretty unreal as well. Anyways, I'm gonna exit out here.